Let's now look at the concept of a delay block that is used in neural networks. So a delay block we can draw here by just a box with the letter D in it, and then this particular delay block gets an input at time 0, which is, let's say, A0, and this is the input that is like a initialization values for the network. And once we have that, we at another time, let's say at time t, the delay block also then starts getting the calculated values of a, here denoted by ut, and these are the values that are stored in this delay block, but then these are not output at the same instance t. So the values that are output are those from the previous iteration, and this will become more clear when we look at an example of a recurrent network. So this block is the delay block, and the equation we write for this is at, that is the value that is output from the delay block at time t, is nothing but the value that was stored in the delay block at the previous iteration, and therefore we denote that by ut minus 1. Another block is called as the integrator, and we can draw that here. So the integrator block again does something which has to do with the history of the data that's coming in. In delay block, what we were looking at is, can we look at trends uh, in the data as time passes, and so we take into consideration what happened previously, uh, and then sort of uh, filter it down or narrow it down as we move forward in time to get a clearer picture of the trend that moves with time. With the delay block, as and now with the integrator block, this also receives an initialization input at time 0, t0, which is a0. Again, this now the difference is this, uh, the integrator block, what it does, it does output the values that are calculated currently. The difference is that in the delay block, let's say at time t0, if time is t0, the output would be, let's say, a0. At time t1, the output would still be a0. Then at time t, and then the calculated value here would be a1. A1 would be calculated, but it won't be output. And then at time 2, the output would be a1, and the calculated value will be a2. So this is the currently calculated value. This would be the output value, and then at t is equal to 3, the currently calculated value will be a3, but then the output value would be from the previous iteration, which is a2. In the integrator box, what happens is, it does some sort of cumulative addition of whatever values have come in since the beginning. So and so we can show that by at, which is integral over all the values of ut, uh, including the very first value, initialization value. So in the integrator block, this is the integrator. In the integrator block, what we are trying to do, in the first, whatever values we get, we keep on adding those values in the integrator, and the output always is the current value of at added to all the previous values that were there. And so this integrator block gives us a sort of a cumulative picture. And imagine for the delay block, if you are watching a video, we don't really remember what is the what are the details in each of the pixels of a video frame, but what we remember is the um, general theme of what we saw in that frame as we move forward in the video. So that's sort of the idea with the delay block. It doesn't necessarily capture uh, each and every detail, but it does capture like a summarized version of important things that are in the data that are then carried forward in each iteration. With the integrator block, imagine like a water tank, and at any time t, if you want to look at how much water is in there, you'll see that in a sense we are continually adding the values a that are calculated from the transfer function to all the previous values that have been calculated until that time point t. So that was it for this video. In the next video, we'll look at use of a delay block in recurrent neural network.